get started, we're just going to start in a seated position, cross-legged seat, or you can sit on your heels, whatever feels best for you. And just a reminder before we get going, if you have a yoga strap or a belt or a necktie or just something that you can loop around your foot, go ahead and grab that. And you might want to have a cushion or a blanket nearby as well. Possibly a yoga block, or you can use a large book. So these things aren't necessary, but just some things you might want to have. Well, welcome everybody. I'm so glad to see all of your faces and see some of you watching on Facebook as well. Happy Sunday morning. Let's just tune in by closing our eyes. Just kind of tapping into what you're feeling in your body and also in your mind and your heart. Just some checking in with the most authentic version of you right now. And just honoring whatever is there, whether it be quote unquote good or bad, just honoring however your spirit and body are showing up today. And then beginning to tap into your breath. Watching the inhale through the nose. And watching the exhale through the nose or the mouth, whatever feels best. Paying attention to where the breath is moving in the body. Is it mainly up in the chest or down in the belly? Is the breath feel a little shallow? Or maybe it feels kind of hard to take a deep breath, just noticing. Starting to see if you can expand and lengthen the breath. So as you breathe in, you fill up the chest, the ribs, and the belly. So torso is full. And as you breathe out, nose or mouth, pressing the belly button back toward the spine, pressing all of the air out of your body. Breathing in, filling up the chest, rib cage, belly, expand. Breathing out, nose or mouth, pressing the belly button back toward the spine. All of the air leaves the body. And again, big breath in, chest, rib cage, belly. Breathing out, all of the air. Good. Breathe in. This time, make a So a snake breath. You breathe in, fill up the whole torso with breath, and as you breathe out, breathing in, breathing out. Good, do that 2 more times on your own, using this very calming breath. after you finish your second round, just come back to a natural breath. And just observe what you feel, any rebounding effect from that breath. Keeping the eyes closed. And last week our intention was to follow the 4 agreements, the 4th agreement of always do your best, which we realize that our best is always going to change at each moment, whether we're healthy as opposed to sick. So we just simply do our best at each moment. And now we're moving on to the 3rd agreement. We're going backwards. Don't make assumptions. So the 3rd agreement, find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life. So the way we can honor this agreement in our yoga practice is to constantly be tapping into the most authentic truth within us. So whether that be in a posture, responding to what your needs are at that moment, or just responding to really listening to yourself so that you can know what your truth is and what you need to express to others in order to fulfill your needs and get your needs fulfilled as a human being and be happy and harmonious. So let's take our palms together at heart center and bow the mind to the heart, just reminding ourselves to always stay in touch with our truth, especially in our practice today. Breathe in deep. Breathe out through your mouth. And then slowly lift your head up. Blink open your eyes and take your hands down. Come down to your back. So coming all the way down to your back. Have your strap nearby. So your yoga strap, your tie, your belt, just anything you can loop around that foot. And we'll start just lying on our backs, reaching the arms overhead, pointing the toes, just stretching the body out, maybe wiggling side to side, just kind of making any movements that feel good here, as if you just woke up. And you're just stretching, maybe you wiggle the fingers and toes or rotate the ankles and the wrists. Big breath in, stretch. And a breath out, slowly pull the knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Rock side to side. Take the hands on the knees and trace some circles with the knees in one direction. And then in the other direction. Awesome. Okay, so take the feet down to the floor, knees are bent. Take your hands down to your sides, palms down, and try to let the fingertips graze your heels. So that kind of lets you know your feet are in the right spot. You don't want your heels too close to your bottom or too far away. You want to try to have your knees right over the ankles if you can. Then we'll take our arms, they're at our sides, but we're on the pinky edge side of our hands. So pinky edge side down to our sides. Good. When you inhale, you're going to lift your hips up and lift both arms up and over your head. So arms are up and over, and you're pressing the hips up to the sky, breathing in. On your exhale, lower the hands down, lower the hips down. Try lowering at the exact same time. Good. Inhale, big belly and chest breath as you lift the hips up, reaching the arms up and back. Really reach through the fingertips. Arms are active. Exhale. lower arms and hips down to the floor. Good. So try lowering the hands and the hips down at the same time. Breathing in, lifting the hips up, lifting the arms up and back. Hold your breath at the top for 1. Exhale, lower hips, lower hands, exact same time. Very good. One more time here. Breathing in, lifting the hips up, reaching the arms up and back. Hold at the top for 2. 1. Exhale, lower down. Good. Pause here and take a breath. The next time we lift up, we're only going to lift up our hips and our right arm will move up and back. The left arm will stay at your side. So, take a breath here. Take a breath out. Next, inhale, lift your hips up, reach your right arm only up and back. So your hips are lifted, right arm reaches up and back. Exhale, lower hips, lower right arm. And we move to the left arm this time. Inhale, lift the hips up, lift the left arm up and back, reach, lift the hips and reach. Exhale, lower left hand and hips. Good. One more time with each arm. Breathing in, lifting the hips up, reaching the right arm up and back. Hold at the top for 1. Exhale, lower down with control. Good. And now the left side. Inhale, lift the hips up, reach the left arm up and back. And exhale, lower down slowly. Good. Pause here. Take a big breath into the chest, the ribs, the belly. And a breath out through the nose or the mouth. Pull your knees in. You're going to keep the right knee pulled in. Either place the left foot on the floor or extend the left leg out long. If you're extending that left leg out long, flex the left foot as you pull the right knee in towards you. Good. Rock that knee side to side a few times. Just kind of massaging into the hip socket there. And then extend the leg up toward the sky. Interlace your hands behind the hamstrings. And then make some big circles with the ankle. Really big circles with the ankle. Change directions. And then flex the toes back towards the face. Point the toes up to the sky. Flex back and point. One more time. And point. Good. So now take your strap and you're going to wrap the strap around the ball of your foot. Your hands will grab somewhere on the straps. Each hand has one side of the strap. But allow the shoulders to be relaxed. So if you're really lifting up and your shoulders are lifted, your head's lifted, that's a little too much engagement there. So try to relax the upper back, let the arms be just relaxed. And then you can kind of bend at the elbows to pull back slightly. Pull the ball of the foot and the toes towards your face. Keep a slight bend in that knee. You don't want to completely lock out the knee, just a little micro bend in the knee. And keep pulling the toes any amount closer towards your face, towards your body that you can. Nod your head side to side, just releasing any tension in the neck. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. You can bend and straighten that knee a few times. So when you bend it, then you straighten, you push through the ball of the foot. Just a few times bending and straightening, and then coming back to pulling the toes towards the face. Breathe in, big breath. Try breathing out with that snake sound. One more snake breath here. Breathe in. Very nice. Now you'll take the strap that's in the left hand. I'm going to turn my body just in case anyone needs to see me. You're going to pull the strap that's in the left hand over to the left so that the foot turns, the toes turn to face the left. Both straps are now in the left hand, and the right hand just rests down to your side. And then you start to pull that leg across the body. So we're not trying to pull it completely across the body to come into a twist. We're trying to keep the toes turning to the left and just slightly pulling them over. You should feel this nice stretch and opening in the whole side of the leg, all the way up through the ankle, even into the foot possibly. And as you pull a little bit across your body, you also pull the toes back a little bit towards the back of your mat. Great, big breath in. And a breath out, possibly the snake breath. Lift the foot back up to center. This time you'll come back to just pulling the toes towards the face, but then you'll grab both straps into the right hand this time. Pull the left knee in, hug the left knee in, and then you'll take both legs out to a straddle. So legs are in a straddle, left knee is bent and hugging in, right leg extends out, and you're gonna flex through that right foot and reach through that right heel. Great, let's all take a breath together, breathing in, breathing out, and then lifting that foot back up. Place the left foot down, remove the strap from that right foot, and then cross the right ankle over the thigh. We'll come into our reclined pigeon. So we want to keep the right foot flexed, we want to keep pressing the right knee away from the body, and then we can pull the left knee in towards us. You can use your hands interlaced behind the hamstrings or around the shin, or if you want a little help here, you can take your strap and wrap your strap either around your shin or your hamstrings and use that to help pull the knee in. Rock side to side here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take the left foot down, take the right foot down, and extend both legs long. Let your palms rest face up at your sides. And just observe for a breath. Great. Now we'll take all that on the other side, pulling the left knee in, either keeping the right foot on the floor or extending right leg. We interlace the hands around the knee or the shin and try interlacing the opposite hand on top this time. And you can rock that knee side to side. When you're ready, extending the leg, interlacing behind the hamstrings now, and making some big circles with the ankle. And the other way. Pointing and flexing. And when you're ready, take your strap, loop it around the ball of that left foot, finding a good grip on the strap so that you can relax the shoulders. Knees can be or elbows can be soft here, so arms don't have to be completely straight, and the knee doesn't have to be completely straight. Just pulling those toes towards your face. Staying with your breath. And let's take 2 rounds of our snake breath together. So breathing in through the nose, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Now we turn the foot, so we grab the strap that's in the right hand and pull down on that strap so the foot turns, toes face to the right. Both straps are now in the right hand. Place the left hand palm facing down next to you to really anchor your body down and hold you down, because we're not trying to twist here and bring the leg all the way across to the floor. We're just trying to keep the left hip planted as you pull that leg across the body just a bit, just enough so you can feel that stretch along the side of the leg, ankle, and foot. And then you can even intensify it by pulling the straps, the toes back behind your head. So it's just a small movement. Breathe. Big breath in. Big breath out. And lifting the foot back up to center. So now the straps go into the left hand. We pull that right knee in, and now the legs come into a straddle. So reaching through the left foot and the left heel. Toes are flexed. Stay relaxed where you can in the shoulders and in the face, and take 2 breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly bring the legs back together. Place the right foot down. Remove your strap to the side. We're done with the strap, unless you're going to use it for a pigeon. So cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Flex the left foot. Press the left knee away. And then we pull that right knee in towards us any amount. You can use the strap to wrap around your thigh or your shin, or you just interlace your hands somewhere on that right leg. Keep pulling the right knee in as you press the left knee away. Rock side to side a few times. Breathe in, breathe out. Place the right foot down, left foot down. Extend the legs out long, palms rest face up. Just taking a breath to observe. So we'll come on up to a tabletop position. You have a couple options. You can pull the knees in and roll over to one side to come up, or you can rock along your spine a few times, just giving your spine and the muscles around your spine a little massage. And then we'll make our way into a tabletop position. So we have the shoulders right over the wrists, knees right underneath the hips. Go ahead and spread those fingers out super wide and really press into the first finger, the thumb, and the middle finger. So really active in the thumb, first finger, and middle finger. And then pressing slightly into the tops of the feet, pulling that belly button back towards your spine. And then chin tucks back so that the head is right in line with the spine. The crown of your head is just, pretend you have a light, a cord of light coming out of the crown of your head and out of the tailbone. So straight line there. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. And we'll take some cat-cow. Breathing in, soften the elbows, squeeze the shoulders back, and arch the spine. Breathe out, round the spine, press the floor away, tuck the chin in, press the mid back up to the sky. Inhaling, cow pose, arching the spine, squeezing the shoulder blades back. Exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the chin in. Good, take 2 to 3 more on your own, at your own pace. Try to keep the movement linked with your breath. All right, find yourself back to center. You'll tuck your toes under, walk your hands out in front of you just a little bit more. So out in front of the shoulders, but hands are still shoulder width apart. We're still pressing into the thumb, first finger, and middle finger. We're gonna breathe in deep. Listen here, breathe out. Lift the knees and shins off of the mat just a little bit. So just a small amount. Really press into the floor, squeeze the shoulder blades back. Squeeze that belly button towards the spine. Big breath in. Big breath out, lifting the hips up into downward facing dog. So feet can be shoulder width apart or maybe a little wider. Just finding what feels best for your body. Nod the head yes and no a few times. Start to move the hips side to side a little bit. Pedal out the feet. Good, take a breath. On your exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet, coming into a forward fold at the back of your mat. Inhale, lift your body halfway up, so a half lift. Shining that light out of the crown of the head. Exhale, soften the knees, fold over the legs. Slowly roll on up to standing. Lifting the head up last. So we're coming into our mountain pose at the back of the mat. Feet are hip distance apart. You can bring your hands together at heart center and press your thumbs into the sternum. Sternum reaches towards the thumbs. Crown of the head, reaching up, feet rooting down. Majestic mountain. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower the hands down to your sides. Breathe in, circle the arms out and up, reaching up, maybe looking up. Exhale, turn the palms away, swan dive forward. Knees knees can be soft and bent. Inhale, half lift. So Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Press into the feet. Inhale, rising up, circling the arms out and up. Press the palms together. Exhale, take the hands down to heart center. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rising all the way up, reaching out and up, looking up, press the palms together. Exhale, hands at heart center, Tadasana. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, folding. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Stay here. You can turn your palms to rest face up, or you can grab opposite elbows. Third option, if you feel ready for it, is to interlace the hands at your low back. And then maybe you straighten the arms and reach the arms up and over your head. Squeeze the palms toward one another. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Big breath in. Big breath out. Lower your hands down to the earth. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands out into a plank position. So now making a straight line with the body and honoring your truth today. If you feel that you need to bring one knee down or maybe both knees down today, please do so. If you have the knees lifted, reach through the heels. Legs are active. Whole body is active here. Shining that light through the crown of the head. Pressing into the floor. Breathing. Big breath in. Exhale, bend the elbows straight back, lower down as slow as you can. Chest and chin first, and then the hips. Point those toes back, lift the kneecaps, hips press down. Inhale, lifting the heart up, squeeze the shoulder blades back, squeeze the elbows back. Exhale, lower down, press up and back. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Next breath in, look forward in between your hands, soften your knees. Exhale, you can step or you can hop to the top of your mat into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, fold. All right, we're going to keep our right foot near the top of our mat and step our left foot all the way back. Making sure this front knee is right over the ankle, so scooting the foot up if you need to, and then that back knee lowers down. So we're never lowering down right on the tip of the knee. We're really trying to be above the knee, near the quads. If that's still too much for you, your knee, you can roll over your mat or use a cushion. And then we press the top of the back foot into the floor. Hands frame that front foot, and we're trying to let these hips be heavy as we keep the spine extending. So space on all sides of our torso. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to exhale, straighten the front leg, sit the hips back just for a moment. Inhale, come forward again, bend that front knee. Exhale, straighten the leg. One more time like that. Inhale, bend the front knee, shine the heart forward. Exhale, sit the hips back, straighten the front leg, fold over the leg any amount. Good. Inhale, let's come back to our low lunge. We'll keep the left hand planted on the floor. We'll come into a twist. So option to take the hand to the front thigh and press into the thigh to help twist the heart, or maybe you reach the right arm up. Good, so really press into the floor with that lower hand and squeeze that lower shoulder back and away. We want to have all this space in the chest here. And then we're reaching through the top fingertips if they're lifted. Another option, you want to take it a little deeper, is to bend that back knee. Maybe you reach back towards the back foot. This is where you might use a strap. You could take the strap and wrap it around that back foot or ankle. If you can't reach it, that's fine. You just actively are reaching for the ankle. But if you can grab the ankle, kick into the hand if you have a grip on the ankle or the foot. And then maybe you look back behind you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Lower that back foot down. Lower that hand down. Tuck under the back toes. Lift the back knee. And then we're going to come into a standing splits. So scooting that back foot up a little bit, walking the hands forward. Maybe you lift that back foot up just a little bit. Maybe you feel like you can lift it all the way up, reaching the heel and the toes up toward the sky as the head reaches down toward the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower the left foot down next to the right foot back into Uttanasana, forward fold. And you can sway side to side here, or bend one knee and straighten the other. Just preparing for the other side now. So left foot stays at the top of the mat, right foot steps all the way back, and then we lower the back knee down. Front knee right over the ankle. Hands are on each side of that foot. We inhale, shine the heart forward, squeeze the shoulders back. Exhale, straighten that front leg any amount that you can and sit the hips back towards that heel. Good. Inhale, rebending the knee, shine the heart forward. Let those hips be heavy. Exhale, sit the hips back. Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, coming forward again. Last time here. Exhale, straighten that leg, half splits. Good. Inhale, rebend that knee. We'll prepare for our dragon twist here. So right hand plants to the outside of the mat or near the edge of the mat. Left hand can come to the left thigh and press into it to help you twist. Maybe you reach that top arm up and really notice what your shoulders are doing. Can you roll your shoulders back? Get that chest to open. Notice if your belly, you're just not engaged in the belly. Try to pull that belly button back toward the spine. And finally, if you want to, you can bend the back knee, reaching towards that back foot, using a strap or your hand to grab somewhere on that foot or ankle, and then slightly kicking into the hand with that foot. Breathe. Let those hips, let the pelvis be heavy. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower that foot down. Hands frame the front foot. Tuck under the back toes. Lift the back knee. We'll make our way into that standing split. So scooting that back foot up, walking the hands forward, shifting the weight into the left foot, lifting the right toes off the floor any amount. Keep reaching through the heel. Try to let your torso just hang over the standing leg. See if you can let your one hand float off the floor. Maybe both hands float off the floor. Maybe you grab onto that standing leg. Breathing in. Breathing out. Come back to your Uttanasana, forward fold. Let the feet come out a little wider than hips distance this time. And you can grab opposite elbows or interlace your hands at your low back the opposite way. And then straighten the arms, bring them overhead. Squeeze the palms toward one another any amount. All right. Release the hands down to the floor, soften the knees, and roll up to standing. Great. All right, so now we'll make our way into Virabhadrasana 2 or Warrior 2. So we're going to keep the left foot at the top of the mat, and we're going to step that right foot back. So we'll have heel to arch alignment, front heel in line with the back arch. Back toes face the long edge of your mat. And you want to make sure when you bend that front knee, that knee tracks right over that front ankle. You feel like you have enough space in between your feet. And then we extend the arms. So look down at that front big toe. Make sure you're tracking over the pinky toe with the knee so you can see the front big toe. And then the back foot, the outer edge of that back foot, really anchor down into it as opposed to collapsing into the ankle. Our focus is to try to have the shoulders right over the hips, and we don't want to be leaning too far forward or too far back. Gaze is over that front middle finger. Breathe. Here you might say out loud or to yourself internally, I'm focused, I'm strong. Turn the palms up. Inhale, lift the arms up, straighten that front leg. Exhale, turn the palms down, bend into that front knee, come back to Warrior 2. So we'll take this into a flow 2 more times. Inhale, lifting the arms up, straightening that front leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Make sure you're tracking the knee over that pinky toe. 1 more time here. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, bend the knee. Come back to Virabhadrasana 2. Good. Turn the front palm up. Let the back palm come down. You're going to straighten that front leg first, and then we're going to inhale, reach that front hand up and back. Reverse triangle. Really reach through the ball of that front foot. Reach through the top hand. Big breath in. And a breath out takes you back to Warrior 2. Breathe here. Breathe out. Straighten the leg. Take your arms down. Maybe roll the shoulders a little bit. And then we'll turn to face the back of the mat. So the left toes will now face the long edge of your mat. Right toes will turn towards the back of the mat, heel to arch alignment. If you guys need to watch me, you can turn around, but I think you guys know this part. So then we'll bend into that front knee, extend the arms. Let your gaze be right over that middle finger. I am strong. I'm focused. I am trustworthy. Turn the palms up. We'll take that flow. So inhale, straighten that front leg, reach the arms up. Exhale, palms down, bend that knee, back to Warrior 2. 2 more times on your own. When you find yourself back into that Warrior 2, hold here. We'll turn the front palm up, rest the back palm down, and straighten the front leg. Really press through both feet. Legs are super active. And then inhale, reaching up and back with the right fingertips. Reverse triangle. Feel this nice stretch in this line of energy all the way from the top fingertips down the side body to the toes. Big breath in And a breath out takes you back to Virabhadrasana 2. Breathe in. Breathe out, straighten the leg, release the arms down. And then we'll turn all 10 toes to face that long edge of the mat. First, we'll turn the toes out slightly, so towards the corner of the mat. Inhale, reaching the arms up, so we're in this starfish pose. On your exhale, bend the knees, tracking over the toes, and bring your hands down to heart center. So this is the only time we'll be doing this. See if you can lower down just a little bit more. Try to keep the spine straight, tailbone aiming straight down. Keep squeezing the knees back in space. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then we'll lift ourselves back up. Turn the toes in slightly. Hands to your hips. Fold forward with a flat back. Take the hands down to the floor. So this is where if you are having a little trouble here, you can use a block to place your hands on. It just kind of brings the floor to you. Gives you a little bit more of an ability to relax into this. And you want to have the weight of your body more on the ball mounds of your feet. So kind of rock back and forth a bit, noticing where your weight is resting. And try to make about 75% of the weight near the ball mounds of your feet. Walk your hands out in front of you and then relax the neck. So we're kind of in a wide-legged down dog here. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then slide the hands back behind you, so fingers point back behind you. Walking back as far as they will go, and then try to relax the head. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. On an inhale, you're going to lift halfway up. Take your hands to your hips, point your elbows straight up to the sky, press into your feet, lift yourself all the way up. Okay, and then just pivot your feet back towards one another, about hip distance apart. So now we'll come into our dancer pose. So in dancer, we want to have our feet hip distance apart. There's going to be some options here. So first start by taking your hands to your hips, letting your gaze be down on the floor in one spot or maybe on the wall in front of you. Shift your weight into the left foot and lift that right knee up in front of you. Flex through that front foot. You can keep your hands on your hips, or maybe you interlace your hands around that front knee. So this is a great place to hang out and work on balance. You can move your left hand and reach it up toward the sky. Another option is to slide the hand down to the ankle and take the foot behind you. If you have the foot behind you, notice if the knee is way out here, try to squeeze the knee towards the other leg. Another option is to take, I'm going to turn around, so you could be gripping on the outside of the foot. Try sliding the hand to the inside, grabbing the inside of the ankle. But keep squeezing the legs towards one another. Then, finally, you'll start to kick into the right hand. As you kick, you'll reach forward, kind of leaning forward a bit and kicking that foot into the back hand. You'll feel that back foot lifts up a bit. Good, so very active here. We're reaching through the standing leg, kicking the back foot into the hand so that back leg is active. Awesome. Breathe in. Breathe out. Make your way back to your mountain pose. You can walk out the feet a little bit. Take a breath. Take your hands down, prepare for the other side. So hands are on your hips, shift the weight into the right foot. And then you can lift that left knee up, stay flexing through the left foot. The reason we flex through the foot is because otherwise our leg is just kind of hanging there like a noodle. So it helps us to stay active in the lifted leg as well as the standing leg. You can interlace the hands around the knee. Maybe just one hand hangs onto the knee and you reach that other arm up. So feel this straight line of energy. You feel a line of energy out of the standing leg and foot and out of the crown of the head, even the top fingertips. Maybe you grab onto the ankle and take the foot behind you. Being aware of where this knee is. Is it way out here? Squeeze it towards the midline. And then final option is to take the grip to the inside of that left ankle. And then we start to kick into that hand, leaning forward as that foot lifts up. Good, so staying super active. There's no noodles in this shape. You're reaching in every direction here. But finding some grace, some finesse, if you can. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take your time, but when you're ready, lower the foot down, come back to standing. Good. Inhale, reaching the arms out and up, looking up. Exhale, hands down to your heart. Just pause. Good, so now we'll just make our way down onto our bottoms into a boat pose, just to transition. So option, you can keep your feet on the floor. Just try to make sure you're keeping length in the spine, shining through the heart. You can lift one foot, maybe both. Really press the big toes together. That's going to activate the midline of the body and help you here. Maybe you straighten your legs. Try to keep length in the spine. It's okay to shake. I'm shaking. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower the toes down. Just give yourself a hug. Lift your head up. Straighten your legs out in front of you. This is where you might take your big pillow or your blanket if you can, and we're coming into our river pose. So this is a pose of just truly flow and surrender and just being like water. So instead of flexing the feet, we're just letting the feet and the legs be relaxed. You can even wiggle them side to side a little bit. You can place a cushion down if you want. You don't have to. You'll inhale, reaching your arms up, and exhale, just kind of wave your spine over your legs, any amount. You do not have to have your legs straight. You can stack a block or a cushion underneath your knees if you need to. And we're not trying to reach or force ourselves to fold. We're really just being like water in a state of flow and surrender. Reconnecting with your intention for today, reconnecting with your breath, reconnecting with just what's going on physically and internally. Every posture an invitation to check in. Big breath in. Big breath out. Slowly, very slowly roll up. You're gonna scoot your hips forward and make your way down onto your back. We're going to cross the right leg over the left leg for a twist. And then lift your hips up, scoot them to the right, let the knees fall over to the left. Arms can come out into a T shape or cactus arms. And then we turn the chin towards the right shoulder. Eyes can close here. Allow the earth to hold you up, just letting the weight of your body go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Roll the head back to center. Lift the knees up. Uncross the legs. Scoot your hips back to center. And we'll do that on the other side. Crossing left leg over right. Scooting the hips to the left. Knees fall to the right. Taking your arms out into a T with the palms up, or bending the elbows for cactus arms. Chin turns toward the left shoulder any amount. Big breath in. Big breath out. Let gravity take over. Breathe out. Roll the head back to center. Uncross your legs, scoot your hips back to center. Pull your knees into your chest, rock side to side. And then we'll relax into our Shavasana. So if you have anything you want to place underneath your knees, over your body, or over your eyes, go ahead and get set up for that. Otherwise, laying flat on your back, palms can rest face up at your sides, or you can choose to place your hands somewhere on your torso. Eyes can close. Relaxing all the muscles in your face, your scalp. Sending this relaxation down the neck, shoulders, and arms, wrists, hands, and fingers. Upper torso, mid-torso, and lower torso, relax. Relax your hips and your glutes. Send this relaxation down the legs to the ankles, feet, and toes. Allow yourself to just relax in this space for the next few moments. Remembering here the third agreement of not making assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life. Taking a few more moments here, just spending time with your truth. When you're ready to start waking up the body, deepen your breath. And then wiggling the fingers and the toes, rotating ankles and wrists, nodding your head side to side as you reach your arms overhead and point your toes. And choosing to either rock along your spine to come up, or maybe rolling to one side and pressing yourself up. We'll come up to a cross-legged position. Palms together at heart center, bowing the mind to the heart. When we keep the mind connected to the heart, the mind becomes the servant to the heart, and we can really speak our truth and communicate clearly with the people in our lives. Thank you so much for taking the time this morning to practice with me and to get on your mat. The light and love within my heart bows to the light and love within your heart. Namaste.